So let me start with some acknowledgement. You'll see these names go by on papers, but I always like to put it out at the beginning. These are all collaborative things I'm talking about, and lots of people contributed to the work. So for the most recent things, I'll talk about a project that's a collaboration between UT Dallas, my lab, Johns Hopkins University, and STR. So at UT Dallas, Blake Myers, Matt Hill, Veda Gandhi, Thomas Metz, Lucas Jagannath, and Madeline Rachow. Johns Hopkins, Rama Chalapa. Carlos Castillo started the project but is currently, or is now at Amazon. And Ram Prabhakar, and STR is really the team lead on this work. And then for some of the work, we're going to go back a little bit in time, which these days seems like a scary thing to do. We're talking only 5 years. But a collaboration between UT Dallas, Matt Hill again, but as an undergrad, Karina Hahn, and some people at the MPI, so Stefan Struber and Michael Black. Okay. So for the overview of the talk, I'm going to start with the discussion of the problem, and the problem is person identification based on body shape. So more specifically, since this work is work we've done under the Breyer program, that is biometric recognition and identification at altitude and range, and that pretty much sums up the problem, but I'll talk about parameters and challenges and so on. And then for the things we're going to go back in time for is our use, like 5 years ago, of looking at linguistic descriptors to quantify body shape. And this was work we did kind of at the intersection of psychology and computer graphics. The problem itself started as a psychological problem, like how do we describe people, what are body features, and then ultimately translated into a computer graphics problem. Okay, and then we come back to the present, and in the present we're trying to do body shape recognition and building networks that really didn't exist at that time or anything close to them in 2016, 2015. They were just starting to get popular, but incorporating some of what we learned in the older work into more modern techniques to do this. So mixing of body identification networks based on linguistic descriptors versus object, the more traditional approach, which is object shape based descriptors. And then at the end, and this is when you start to see the data we're dealing with, it'll be absolutely clear that we can't solve this problem or anything even close to it with any kind of accuracy unless we really step back and consider person recognition. And so person recognition is going to involve the face, the body, and the gait. And we'll start to talk a little bit about fusion. So be forewarned on this last topic. It is really, actually these last two topics are in